Welcome to all of you in this panel discussion. The topic of the discussion is financial and ICT of innovations. And the items which shall be discussed in this is managing online and offline multimedia, multi-language platforms, fostering open collaboration among investors, entrepreneurs and innovators. I am chair of this panel. My name is Sanjay Verma. I am professor at IIM Ahmedabad in Computer Information Systems Group. And along with me, we have two more chair members, Mr. K.C. Bhanu and Mr. Alexander Gross. I would request them to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is K.C. Bhanu and I am working as General Manager here in Ahmedabad for Small Industries Development Bank of India, which is also known as SIDBI. SIDBI is Apex Financial Institution for Promotion, Development and Financing of MSMEs in this country. And association of SIDBI with Microventure Innovation Foundation is by way of a corpus support which we have given for financing of grassroots innovations when they are reaching, say, stage of commercialization. So that is the association we are having with this particular, step which Professor Gupta has been pioneering, and we are very proud and honored to be associated with this initiative. Thank you.
I'll try it again, yes. No. My name is Alexander Groth, so I'll briefly introduce myself on the other side early on. I'm a practitioner, so I'm an innovator, I think. I've been working for 10 years, 12 years now in the innovation kind of like field. I was running a company in Europe. It's actually an American company called IDEO. Maybe one or two of you have heard of them. I was doing the European kind of like operation for IDEO, which is an innovation consultancy. So they do innovation for corporations, and we did that worldwide. So I was working in the States, in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, everywhere for all kinds of fields, including, of course, the very heavy part of information technology, as well as finance. And after I worked for IDEO, or managing IDEO for 6 years, I started my own company, which was also an innovation consultancy called Gravity from Germany. We were doing projects just the same way as IDEO did, with the innovation methodology. And now I have another company, which is actually just myself and my partner here. And we are doing a research project on, that's quite interesting, because we're doing a research project on finance in India as well as in China. So we spend 3 months in each country to understand all perspectives on that field. Right.
Okay, so that's interesting. And then more interesting is that how Professor Gupta put it together to bring innovation, ICT and finance together. We also have reporters with us, Mr. S. Rajkumar, Sanjay Singh and Chintan. And the agenda items that have been set for this discussion, I will read once for the convenience of everyone. And maybe in the same flow, we can take those issues one by one. What are the new instruments one has to devise to support conversion of ideas into prototypes or pilot projects, development of products or programs, and dissemination of utilities among the masses through the commercial and non-commercial channels? What role can emerging ICT infrastructure aiming to provide broadband connection to all the villages play in promoting lateral learning and making society more horizontal rather than vertical as at present? What are the risks and chances that may affect the reliance on people's idea without blending them with modern science, technology and institutions organically? And given the possibility that not all innovations at grassroots may be sustainable, what kind of metrics we generated to evaluate different parameters of sustainability at local level? So in addition to these 4 agenda items, I would also like to add, as discussed with Mr. Bhanu, about financing of such processes and technology that will help us to achieve the objectives.
And also the platforms.
Yeah.
See, one of the problems that we have been facing is that people are willing to invest in ideas, but not in platforms which bring idea, investor, entrepreneur, fabricator, material component provider in one place. We need component libraries, we need material libraries, we need lots of such things at a portal available. So innovator doesn't have to find out where is that chip available, where is that kind of adding possible, who has the capacity in the country. Maybe it is just in that same city where it is located, he doesn't know about that. So mapping these capacities which can help in converting idea into practice or idea into product, those mapping exercise also need funding, and that also is a gap at the moment.
Okay. So I think with those issues, we'll make the floor open for your ideas, your views on all these issues, and maybe for convenience, I would write all of them as far as possible on the board, so that all of you can see it and maybe you can relate to different issues. Rather than you can also take notes of your own, but maybe for convenience of everyone, I will also keep you writing on the board. So the floor is open, and maybe you can also join them as and when you can write your notes down. Please feel free to take your ideas and points.
I would actually start with one from the panel already, because I believe, I don't know, it's an assumption. I've just been here for not even a month. I've been here several times before in India, but it's an assumption from my side that finance as well as information technologies are actually levers. They help make innovation work, of course. Now, you always thought about, okay, you know, first I have the idea, then I need finance, and then maybe I can develop the technologies. Now, if you look at the bigger picture, I think technology has been much faster to come to the rural areas than finance. But I don't know if it's really true. So I would actually, you know, maybe ask the question to you. Do you think that's the way, that's the situation right now, that maybe technology might have already reached the people on the rural side, especially, you know, information technology? They can get lots of information, they can communicate with each other, but maybe finance has not picked up, or there's a challenge in actually having finance come to the rural areas?
Again, see, the question again which you have posed is again innovative one. No? Now, whether technology has reached first or finance has reached first, particularly in rural areas. I think, you know, so you are asking this question in the context of India. It is just like, you know, again chicken story, because finance, we cannot say that, you know, the finance was not there. Yes, formal channels were not there in India, but through different, you know, say routes, mechanism, you know, so typically where in India we call as money lenders. So the concept of money lenders was very much prevalent, and this particular informal system of lending was very much available over there. But today we are saying that, you know, say when technological interventions are going to take place, certain innovations are going to take place, at that point of time, who is going to put his or her stake for intermediation or financialization of that particular transaction? Now we are, I think, talking of that. Now if we are talking whether that financialization concept has really reached the masses or rural sector, I am going to say sorry, it has not really reached. Because, you know, say the whole concept which we are discussing today, it is in, you know, say in urban areas, in institutions, in academies, and even in financial institutions also. Yes, it is being discussed. We are talking of reaching to every nook and corner. But again, you know, say as a financial institution, please, we have to look into the viability of the transaction. You know, say if my transaction cost is going to be phenomenal or not viable, my bosses, my stakeholders are not going to, you know, encourage me to go for, you know, say such adventurous activities for financing. At the end of the day, they are going to ask me, okay, this transaction you have done, what is the economics behind that? Today, you know, say the innovation and financing, when we are talking of, we have to really understand the ecosystem of these two subjects. Until unless we are understanding that, and then we are trying to put in place the entire ecosystem of financing technology or technology which requires funding. So capital and technology, how they are going to say marry together and say make a success story while reaching each and every household in rural India. So as far as my understanding goes, yes, there are miles to go and we have not reached that stage. So deliberations like this today which we are having, I think say we need to understand the whole ecosystem which we are talking of, and once we are clear about that, then we will try to understand that what could be the openings for such activities. So that's all on my side.
So I would just add
that to the question that we stated here about technology and finance, in the middle there's something called risk, and I think that's also something that's very interesting to ask the audience now. How do you think about that topic in the context of innovation, risk? So maybe there's something.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Srivastava from Concordia University in Canada, and I don't have a response to the question of risk, but I wanted to pick up on the question that Professor Gupta left with regarding the technology infrastructure. And what occurs to me that in many other industries that have attempted to create an infrastructure for collaboration across different stakeholders, there's already a lot of software that exists. And rather than having to go and developing new software, one could look at, let's say, the construction industry, in which the architects, the construction people, the project managers, the suppliers, all of them interact within one single platform. And there are similar kind of platforms available in other industries also. So one possibility might be to borrow one of these platform skeletons and try to create one for innovation, stakeholder sharing.
Thank you. I am Professor Ram Kumar, Director of Entrepreneurship of Kerala Veterinary and Animal Sciences University. I would just like to share a few of the things that we have done. Probably that's a challenge for us also. I was earlier working in Pondicherry, and I have been involved in a work with DFID for almost a decade. And one of the projects was ICTs, in which we have developed a touchscreen information kiosk in around 2000 for the use of landless women in the rural areas. The idea was very clear. If information can act as an input,